back. Did you miss us? Today, we're working on the 68 Dart GTS. It's a very sad day. It's time to retire this car. No, not that. We're putting new tires on the front of the GTS. We are retiring it. Let's watch the show intro, and I'll see you in 30 seconds. I'm Mike, and this is My Car's Shop.
Working out of a 100-year-old refurbished barn, bringing 35 years of experience to projects considered beyond repair. Vision, creativity, and problem solving are essential tools in this place. Watch as we transform junk into polished metal miracles. This is My Car's Shop.
Well, I purchased this car in 1993, and I remember that because my daughter was born in 1994 when I started working on it. But anyway, and spent several years working on it. Took me about 6 or 7 years, on again, off again, gave up on it, was going to sell it. And well, the story's probably here on the channel someplace. But anyway, in 2001 or 2000-ish, when I finally got the car on the road, I bought 2 brand new tires for the car. And they've been in the tires that have been on the car ever since. So 20 years later, those tires are junk. They're not worn out. Matter of fact, they still have the dimples on them for the most part because I've only put 1,000 miles on this car in the last 20 years. On its second motor, second transmission, second set of rear tires. So I didn't say they were easy miles. I just said it was 1,000 miles. Anyway, the tires gave up the ghost. It all dry rotted and dry cracked, and so we got some new tires mounted this morning. We're going to get them on the car, do a few other things. I just thought it'd be fun to share a little episode with you on this. And this is the first in a bunch of things we're going to be doing to the car over the next couple of weeks because we want this car back on the road by the 4th of July. But I'm going to guess that we're going to have this car back on the road by the end of this week. But you never know. It's a crying shame that the tires literally are like new and they still have so many of the dimples on them, although not in the tread pattern. They're obviously not worn. These were actually, I think I paid like $30 a tire for these back in 2001 or something like that. But unfortunately, we had a little something happening here, as you can see. That concerns me in a car that goes in excess of 100 miles an hour in the quarter mile. I just don't think that these speed cracks are a good thing to have on the tire. They're just getting dried out and worn out. So we got a brand new set of tires mounted on the wheels this morning, and we're going to do a little cleanup on the wheels and get them back on the car. Everybody knows that tires are getting expensive, and trying to find a relatively good priced set of 14s isn't easy anymore because it's not as common a size, but I really support my local tire shop more than I should because I have so many cars. But anyway, we got a nice set of tires here on the wheels, and I want to take advantage of the opportunity to polish these up a little bit since the wheels are off the car, and it's probably the first time they've been off the car in probably since I put them on, so 20 years. Been a long time. So yes, it's been a long time since I cleaned the wheels, other than the episode where we did the first start of the season on it here a month or two ago. So we want to give these things a good cleanup. So I'll show you the product that I use for deep cleaning. You've seen me use the spray-on Super Clean Cleaner, and that does a fine job. But when they're off, we want to do something a little bit better than that. I find this has worked well for me over the last 30 plus years, and so we'll just put a little of this on there after we clean the wheel up a little bit and get these polished up. I'm not looking to make them show quality, but they definitely need a little sprucing up. So the first thing we're going to do is just hit it with a little bit of this foamy Super Clean aerosol and get it cleaned up a little bit before we hit it with the polish. So nothing fancy here, obviously, just little spit and polish, get some of the dirt off, some of the grime off. You know, it's a good idea to pause a moment after you've sprayed a product and not walk into the aerosol in the air and breathe it in, because now my lungs are super clean. And that alone is a massive improvement. But now we'll give it a little bit of spit polish. I do use that super clean spray like that, pretty much like a window cleaner in most instances. Works well. One of these days when I have more time, I need to pull the back wheels off and do the same thing. It's a whole lot easier to clean them when they're on a stand like this than when they're on the car and you have to bend over and, well, you know, old man, stuff like that. Well, not that old. Old enough to know better than to work on it on the ground when you don't have to. At this point, it's nothing but elbow grease. Heat is your friend polishing aluminum. I could put a polishing wheel on one of my buffers and do a little of this, but I like the outcome when you've done it by hand and you spend the time. I feel like it comes out a little bit better. All right, so got them all polished up good with the blue rag, and just want to take my terry cloth now, which is a very soft cloth, and just go over it one more time, kind of add a final polish to it, clean up all of the little residue that's left from the polishing compound. Turned out all right. Of course, we got stuff all over the wheels now, so we'll get that cleaned up, and then the center caps. The center caps also need a little bit of work, so we'll get those done up. So the wheels are on. The impact gun has only run them down to just touching, so they're just snug. Do not tighten wheels like this down with an impact gun. Use your torque wrench, torque them down to 90 foot-pounds. That's the spec. Tighten them by hand, and make sure you use a torque wrench, because you can warp one of these wheels. You can break the wheel if you're using an impact gun. So that's what you want to do. All right, we got a lather, rinse, and repeat on the other side. This one's not torqued down yet, but that's okay. But we'll get the other one on there, and like I said, lather, rinse, repeat. Okay, so we'll take our torque wrench and we will dial her up to 90 foot-pounds. Okay, and we'll torque them down. And always do them in a star pattern. And always put your ratchet on tighty instead of loosey. They're obviously quite loose yet. Very loose, but that's okay. One more. Okay, there we go. And then lather, rinse, and repeat. And then what I like to do is drive it up and down the road, bring it back, torque them one more time, and they should be good to go. That just lets everything settle in. I really appreciate you being here. You know, our channel is a little different. We go really in depth. We provide a lot of detail, and we try not to just focus on one aspect of the car hobby. Obviously, our main forte is fabricating and restoration, starting with vehicles beyond the repair that anybody else would touch. But I really want to try to share everything, and we're in the season right now where, you know, we're into June, almost the end of June, believe it or not. And I don't have anything to drive right now. The 73's down, that's getting a starter put in. This has been down because of fuel line issues and tires. So we're getting that resolved. Hopefully we'll have this car back on the road this week, which means you're gonna get to see more as we work forward on fixing some more things on that car. And hopefully we'll get to do some cruising soon. But we're really just trying to prioritize and execute and start with the things that need the least amount of work, and then move forward to more work, and chip off getting 2 or 3 cars together that we can be enjoying, not only for ourselves, but to share with you on the channel. My wife and I kind of sat down the other day and set some priorities, and we want to have the 47 Ford on the road by the 4th of July. That may be an unrealistic goal, but if you don't have goals, how can you strive to be anywhere? So I appreciate you being here. Like I said, we're sharing the whole wide range of what's involved in being in the car hobby, and we're blessed enough to have enough vehicles at various stages that we can share that with you. So we got a lot of stuff coming, but we want to share some good on-the-road car content and some maintenance and repair to keep these vehicles on the road with you, and I appreciate you being here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that right now. It means the world to not only me, but to the other subscribers on the channel. I know that there are people who are waiting for us to get to the point that we can share new levels of things here on YouTube. So if you would subscribe, that would not only help me out, but it would help them out as well. We're a pretty unique community here, and pretty die-hard followers here on the channel. I appreciate you being here. Like I said, if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you receive notifications. We are over on Facebook and Instagram /MyCarShop. And one more thing, right? It wouldn't be my channel if I didn't end it this way. Rock!